Couple more baseball bonbons for you to get to. There was something I was perusing the gambling app last night as I do.
Of course you were.
And I was looking at pitching matchups in Major League Baseball today, and I was going to see what the odds on the Phillies line was.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to type in Phillies in the little search bar on my app.
Yeah.
And while I did see the game that I was looking for, I also saw something pop up. I'm like, wait, what the hell is this? That can't be a thing.
6-6, by the way, in the third in that game. So hopefully if you took it, you took the over.
I think it's the second game of the day. I had the Phillies in game 1 of the day-night doubleheader. But you type in Phillies, and right beneath St. Louis Cardinals at Phillies is Fight Night, Philly Phanatic versus Blooper 3-round boxing match.
What?
Apparently, and I'm having a hard... I don't think this is like a ball sack thing, because there are actual odds on this that you can wager actual money right now. Apparently at Citizens Bank Park on Tuesday, May 27th, there is going to be a 3-round boxing match between the Philly Phanatic and Blooper, the Atlanta Braves mascot. I guess there was some internet trolling or sniping or tomfoolery going on back and forth between these two, and I expect this will be more of a fixed outcome, a la WWE. Don't tell anyone wrestling's fake. But there are odds on it. I will not be betting on it, but I could if I wanted to.
You can bet on... First off, did anyone besides me not know that the Braves have a mascot?
Yeah, he's great on Twitter, dude. Really funny. Yeah, he goes after a couple of the Barstool guys a lot.
He looks like a bastardized version of the Philly Phanatic.
Yeah, and he reminds me a little bit of that the Astros one, Orbit, I think is his name. But yeah, he's just kind of a odd-looking, non-specific animal being that, is furry like the Phanatic.
He looks like a knockoff of the Philly Phanatic. So the Phanatic and Blooper are going to fight?
On May 27th at Citizens Bank Park in a 3-round bout.
Huh. I'm not going to... this is another one. If this was a real thing, I would 100% pay to watch this.
Yeah, well, apparently it's going to be happening at the park before the game, at least...
But it's in Philadelphia?
At Citizens Bank Park, yeah.
So the Phanatic's going to win, right?
You would think so.
Blooper has to take a dive?
He wouldn't go there and take a dive, though. Why would Atlanta send their mascot out there to take a dive?
Money.
How much money are you willing to accept for Blooper to lose? It'd have to be a pretty penny.
I don't think Blooper can win. I think this has to be rigged.
I think Philly Phanatic minus 300, although you're eating a lot of juice, probably the safe bet.
Minus 300?
It's
what
minus
am I
300 for the
Blooper?
Plus 220.
The fix is in.
That's what I think.
I don't think...
You can't bet on fixed things.
Well, you can bet on...
It's right here on the gambling app.
That's why it's not fixed.
The weirdest thing is you can bet on the WWE.
Yeah.
Like, that is a real thing. You can bet on, like, WrestleMania. I am bewildered at the rise of, like, modern day wrestling. Like, they cover it like it's a real thing.
Sports Center.
Yeah. Like, ESPN wrote an article.
Oh, what do you think's going to happen if he gets him in the sharpshooter? It's
they're like,
I don't know, probably whatever they wrote down beforehand.
They're like, John Cena did the unthinkable at his age, and you're like, dude, they gave him...
Yeah, he followed the script, right?
But if you can bet on the WWE, you can bet on this. There's just no way that this can be real.
I'm going to have to wait to see what unfolds, because it seems like wouldn't you just have him like go out there and scuffle or something?
I think if you had a real fight, I think that has to be sanctioned.
I would think so.
Like the Nevada boxing, I don't think you can just have in front of like 35,000 people. I don't think you can just have two mascots go out there.
Who's making these odds for these offshore books then?
I don't know. Is it just a sucker thing where again, Will is considering right now betting $5 on Blooper.
It's not. I can't do it. I would bet on Blooper though. That's where the money's at.
I just love the fact that by the way, I'm watching a video here of Blooper stiff-arming children.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been one of those that participates and plays a little too rough in the kids versus mascot games.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The money's on Blooper. He takes it serious.
He does.
Dude, the Philly Phanatic is gonna wipe the floor. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it. Mark this down. Philly Phanatic wins by TKO.
Is this the one time where you actually do want to see who's in the mascot costume? Because then you could really know where to put your money at.
Oh, wait, yeah. Then I think it's almost unfair. You have to. It has to be a blind judge based just on the costume. I think
there was one year, not too long ago. I think the Arizona and Arizona State mascot. I think they went at it for real.
For real in the rivalry game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the two of them.
That rocks.
I think it was the Territorial Cup.
Yeah, and it was the Sun Devil and the Wilbur Wildcat just throwing cuts.
I think Wilbur got his head knocked off. I think that ended up I think that was a legit.
Yeah.
Like they started swinging on each other, which
Someone
is
brought
kind of
up-
weird because can you? I've never been inside a giant mascot head. Can you hurt someone in a mascot head?
You could. I mean, they have a lot of padding, but you could still knock somebody back well enough. And the other thing too is it's like
Sweep the leg.
well, I think that you could like you could knock your head against the sides or something like that. I mean, I don't know what they're actually made of, but
I think I would bet on the one in the smaller costume.
yeah.
Because like when you look at like Blaze the Trail Cat, he's got the comically large head,
But the body's a little more free.
but I think the body is basically just a dude.
Mhm.
Like I don't think there's any big. So I'm betting on him. Whereas,
Versus the big old suit.
yeah, if you're in a big suit, you've got the padding, but I don't think you have any sort of mobility. In a mascot battle royale, I'm taking like the Phoenix Gorilla
Yeah.
because it's just a dude, and then he's got like a little mask on.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Take that guy.
Yeah.
Could you lean on him though? Could you use the weight of your costume to like really?
I think you can just sweep the leg in that.
Probably.
You don't think you can just lean on him and wait till the third?
I think you just move to the side and you dump him. I think if you're in a big now, again, never having fought in a mascot costume or I've never fought a mascot, I don't feel that the large mascot costume is going to be conducive to mixing it up.
No, they would seem to be uncomfortable. And I mean, it's not like people who engage in actual boxing matches are conditioned to be able to do that anyways. Doing that for any lengthy amount of time in a suit, sorry, that's going to be miserable.
But Blooper and the Phanatic, here's the thing, they're in the same outfit. So
That's
I don't
right.
think there's an advantage.
No, not an advantage, but I just think
Bet the draw.
it
Bet
might
the
be
draw.
a rather lethargic fight, as I don't think they're going to have a lot of extra pep with those suits on.
Someone saying, how would Mr. Met do? No, he's the head. It's too big.
Too big of a target.
You got a head that's you only got one move and that's the headbutt. I think you got to come in with like the full on. Outside of that, I don't think you're doing anything if you're Mr. Met. The head's too large. You can't have anything that's over like if you have one aspect of your costume that's too oversized, I think you're cooked. It's all about mobility and speed, I think, in the mascot fight. Like the Oregon Duck is not doing well.
Well, so somebody points out, I was at the game where the Oregon Duck fought the Houston Cougar and kicked its ass. Yeah, I was at that one too. That was actually pretty good. I think the Duck like fake kicked the Cougar who was trying to mock the Duck's touchdowns, and the Duck started like going after it, and the marketing person had to break him up. I was at that game. That one was legit. The other one that stands out in my mind is St. Joseph's basketball program. I think they're the Hawks or they're the Red Hawks, and they have a mascot whose tradition is from tip-off until the end of the game, it has to keep flapping its hawk arms the whole time. It's not allowed to stop, and it was doing it too close to the other team's mascot or in its face, and that mascot like started a fight with it and knocked its head off. And this sad, nerdy kid inside the hawk suit looking like he's gonna cry because he's now doesn't have his identity anymore. He just keeps flapping while he's holding back tears. It's just glorious.
That's fantastic. So hold on.
Yeah, I'm watching this Duck Cougar fight right here.
Yeah, and then he does a little duck crotch on him too.
Yeah.
Would the best mascot then to fight with be like the Florida State Seminole?
Yeah.
Because they're not wearing
No.
they're not wearing like the big head or anything.
Yeah.
They could go. There wouldn't be a vision issue.
Yeah.
No, I think the two, if I'm going the scariest mascot that you don't want to fight, it's either the USC Trojan or or Chief
Good one.
Osceola
Yeah.
because both of them are on horseback too.
Yeah.
Do they get the horse in the boxing fight though?
Probably not. But you're still riding out on a cool horse. But
True.
like the Trojan and the Seminole, I don't know who beats that. Like you're completely you're unencumbered. Because I don't think the mascot's really doing anything for the padding of it. I think it just gets in the way. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little surprised the Duck threw that beat down because that head. I would think that head.
The Cougar has a
way.
leaner suit going on.
Yeah. Dude, that's just if you're a Cougar,
Disappointing.
You can't be happy about that. You took an ass kicking.
No, it's a rough performance.
Yeah. Go Duck.